This HTML document presents a simple form. The form tag has only two options: the method, which is get, and the action, which is to load this document upon the form's submission. The form has two text input fields, first and last. This is the form's submit button, which sends the data off to the action item here using the get method. Finally, the end form tag. This is the PHP document set as the form's action item. The data is sent using the get method and made available here from the superglobal get array. Each element in the array is keyed to a named control in the form and the value submitted. The contents of the first input field are fetched and saved. The contents of the last input field are fetched and saved. This line outputs the results. This is how the HTML document appears in the browser. I'll fill in the fields. Submit. The form loads the second document where its contents are processed. Because the get method is used, you can see the field names, first and last, and their contents on the address bar. If you prefer to have this information hidden, use the post method instead of get. This update to the HTML document just swaps out get for post here in the form tag, and the new action item is shown here. Here is the post version of the HTML form, which I will fill in. The output looks the same, though the address bar doesn't reveal the fields or their contents. An issue that arises with either get or post methods is how to deal with non-submitted material. I'm going to reload this page, which is different from refreshing. Because the post data is absent, the post superglobal array is empty, and so are the strings. To ensure that an action page doesn't look silly, you can perform a test like this to verify the output. The if test returns true if post, or get if you're using that method, if the array contains data. If so, these statements are executed. Otherwise, if the array is empty, meaning no data has been submitted, this statement is output. To ensure that it works, remember to update the HTML code to reflect the new target file. Now I'm going to load the target file directly, and you see that the proper string is output. No data was submitted. Your task for this chapter's challenge is to write two files. The first is an HTML file that has a form with two input fields, one for a name and another for an age. The second is a PHP file that processes the form's data. You can choose whether to use get or post methods. I use get in my solution. Ensure that if the data isn't submitted, the PHP file responds accordingly. Here is my solution and the result. Please try this exercise on your own before you peek at my solution.